HooHooHooRobin.
Let's do this.
Should we get, let's get Paul in here.
Yeah, we got Paul Reiser coming into the studio.
Oh, what up?
We got Jay Moore's in studio. We got Ronnie B in studio. Jim Norton.
No, you can sit over there. It's fine.
Anthony's still on his cruise. He'll be back a week from today. Sit.
Paul
He's good. Paul Reiser's going to sit right over there. Got a nice round table discussion. Hi, Mr. Reiser.
Nice to see you.
We met on Friday very briefly.
Right. You know what? That wasn't enough for me.
No.
I needed
Colin
more.
looks terrific.
Say 40 times.
That's all right. I thought it was funny. Welcome to the show.
It's early, though, man. This is early shit. But are you doing TV today? We're trying to figure out your schedule for you.
That is so darn decent of you. Also, if you could do my plane ticket, pre-board that. I'm doing the Today Show.
Okay,
I'm
that's
doing
what I
Regis.
thought. That's what I thought. Because why would you be here this early? You don't have to.
He doesn't know why either.
It's like I could probably blow off this interview and just do the TV stuff.
What time do you guys start?
6.
I would have been here 6. I want to get when the jokes are fresh. You know what I mean? I don't want any jokes that have already been covered.
The first hour of our show is always beautiful. It's perfect. It's a perfect hour, and then we make it up after that. And then we
try to do as strong as you can before the people wake up.
Right.
And then during drive time.
And then we skate.
Sucks.
Then we skate till 10. And
that's thinking. I kind of like that.
Sam, do we have any half slices?
How frustrating is it? Is it weird promoting a new show? I mean, you haven't had to promote something new in a while.
That's true. No, it's not frustrating. No, it is easier to talk about something when people have seen it, and as opposed to going on to describe. That's actually, I only became a writer in the first place because I couldn't describe things. I go, well, let me just watch it, and then you'll see, and you'll see if you like it.
What exactly is the new show?
What? See, I have to describe it.
I know. I hate asking like that. I wish I had seen it, but I've not seen it.
I'm going to hit the button here that says play, and you'll see it. It's a comedy. It's basically, but it never sounds funny, no matter what I say. Because I've been doing this for 2 days, yet I've yet to make laugh.
Yeah, describing comedies is always hideous.
Yeah.
Well, we just want to get the word out where the people see it, and then that's all we want to do.
It is a half-hour comedy. It's on NBC Thursday night at 8:30. Somebody said to me it's sort of like your Curb Your Enthusiasm. I said, all right, it's close enough. I guess it's sort of Curb-ish in that it's based on me. I mean, I'm not playing a character. I'm playing myself, like Larry plays himself. In fact, Larry David is in the first episode, which was kind of cool. And I was surprised that he said yes.
Why would you be surprised? You're a big star.
Yeah, but picture calling Larry David home. Larry, would you do me a favor and leave your house and do something for me?
No,
you think you're going to get a yes? No. Yeah. But he was awfully sweet and might I say, wildly funny.
Sure.
We had about a 2-minute scene. We lost Chuckles the Clown over there. What did we
lost Jay a while ago, which is distracting the big Paul Reiser interview. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
I'm looking at Anthony's sound effect board and the little lines he has that remind himself of what button is what.
Yeah.
Like you would write down, like it just says on button 27, I can smell your cunt. Like that's
you giggling?
I can't mom 1, mom 2, mom 3, mom 4. Like what the fuck is happening? I'm not usually here. There's a person who does this here. Mom 1.
Thank God you are.
That's Rupert Pupkin.
That's De Niro.
Yes. All right, then this would be Rupert.
Mom,
yeah, these are
please.
I just look over and I see this.
Those are classic.
But to look over and see someone's like cliff notes of a soundboard.
Right,
it's like mom 1, mom 2.
See, but now we know why you're laughing, as opposed to you're just out of your mind. Because we said if you're giggling by yourself, that seems crazy.
You guys know each other or no?
We go back, but never this early. I don't think we've ever seen each other. There's no need to see.
Wait, you guys
me
get
this
along?
early.
You get along, right?
Watch what happens.
Yeah, when you see each other. Right.
I didn't even realize I looked at the headphones. There's another guy with headphones. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, brother.
Nice to see you.
I'm glad you're up and at 'em and doing a show.
I find sleep is just for the weak.
Hey, I'll sleep when I'm dead, right?
You're a great actor for a stand-up too. Fucking
and I'm a great dentist.
Also. It's fucking hard, man. Most stand-ups cannot act, myself included. It's fucking hard.
I'll take the compliment. Thank you. It's on this show I very specifically played myself so I wouldn't have to act because it's just easier. No one can say, I don't think you would do that. I just did it, and it must be right. I don't think Paul would say it that way, but I'm Paul.
But Reiser's a guy like every time he's in a movie, he's like super in it.
Right, sure.
He never just is like, it's like, wow, who's the comic in the middle of the movie?
Right.
Yeah, you're awfully nice. You're awfully nice.
Are you going to eat those eggs? I'm just saying, if you're not going to eat them, he crushed it. He fucking crushed on it. Mickey Rourke was the little hairdresser.
But Mickey Moore, yeah, wow. And he's not changed, by the way, in the last 30 years. That's
Not
the beauty
at all.
about Mickey. We keep in touch every morning. He goes, "You still want to run lines?" And I go, "Mick, the movie's done. Leave it alone."
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was like that
He doesn't let
bizarre
go.
school of acting that, like, there's all the guys in the time, like, it seems like the whole acting drill was just to repeat everything you said, like, am I going to finish these? That's what you're asking. Am I going to finish these eggs?
If the script is short,
You keep
that's
asking,
good because then it
I'm
doubles it
gonna
up. So a 30-minute show, you got to hold up. You know, but he was interesting then. You didn't quite know exactly what he was doing. He had his own little different rhythm.
He was great.
He was great in that.
Did Paul? You didn't describe the show though, did you?
He says more like a curve.
He started to, and I was laughing like an idiot, looking at.
So the show, yeah. So we were
I can
describing
smell
it.
your cunt.
Oh, there you go.
Why would you do that with Paul Reiser in the studio? He's a
Oh,
family
God.
guy. This
Sully's
is
the
family
whole
TV.
show.
It does.
Why were you
Well,
giggling?
why would you do that?
No,
Why'd you
Jay.
Why would you do
that, Karen? That was all the money we had, Karen.
Not with Paul Reiser
Why'd
in
you
studio.
do that, Karen? Family Guy.
Family
TV.
My kid,
Stop calling me.
Jesus, Jay.
my 10-year-old watches. He wants to watch. He wants to watch a Family Guy, an American Dad, and all. But he now. I have the opposite parental guidance. He will go. I'll walk by and I'll go, "Dad, I don't think you should see this. This has the F word and the S word twice." I go, "Okay, good." I go, "Wait a minute. I'm supposed to stop you." And but now he knows if you see it, Dad, you'll shut it off. So don't see it.
You still doing stand-up?
You know, I haven't been. And I just, like 2 weeks ago, after 12 years, I went, let me see last week, because I thought I'm going out on the show. Let me just flex the comedy muscle. And as you know, the comedy muscle can get a little fat, get a little atrophied. But it was fun. I was actually really...
Why'd you point to me? There's 3 comics in the room. I'm the only one with a gut.
It's way to go. I didn't say
wearing
fat.
black.
I just meant comedy muscle, because
Did you go back to material that you used to have, or did you just
I did a
start
lot of
fresh?
Jay's act, and I'll tell you something, it was not working for me.
Yeah. It does it for him. Does it for Jay.
No, I was. No, I wasn't. I was
We're all
determined to sort of.
together.
I was throwing started with some new stuff and just really just standing up and seeing what it felt like to look at people and talk to them.
Where'd you go on?
Oh, sorry.
I was in L.A. at down in Hermosa Beach.
Okay.
But it was funny because I hadn't been in the club in years, and I said, "Well, it's going to be all new people, and I don't know." And I walk in, and there's Larry Miller and Gary Shanley. I went, "Has anybody left? This is like these are the guys who were here when I was there."
Why
years
did you
ago.
stop for so long doing it? Why?
I wasn't. That's a good question.
Like, why leave that much money on the table?
That's a really good question.
Huh. That's why I never stopped.
I was kind of I hadn't really thought about it, and I was kind of happy staying home. And then periodically I would go out, like I would MC a benefit or something, and I would get laughs and go, "Oh, that's fun. Why don't I do that?" And then I would just forget.
Were you a
I'm
stand-up or an
forgetful.
actor first?
I was a stand-up.
You were?
I was a stand-up first, and then kind of stumbled into Diner, and that opened that up.
Did you co-create Mad About You? Were you part of the process?
Yeah, I yes.
And you got back end on Mad About You.
In fact, hold on a second. There's check still coming in.
There's the answer to the why didn't you go out and do stand-up question. Because they were putting money in your mailbox on the regular.
Things worked out nicely, so I didn't have to go out. I didn't have to go out, but so that was nice. But it was interesting because, but by staying basically home for 10 years, which I wasn't really. I mean, I was doing some projects here and there, but basically kind of staying home and being mostly at home with the kids, kind of accidentally gave me the material for what became the new show, which is the Paul Reiser Show on Thursdays at NBC at 8:30. Because it really is about I play myself, and at 10 years later, what are you going to do with your life? And there's a line in the pilot where I said this to a friend. I said, I've been unbelievably blessed. I think life has worked out really well. I've gotten everything I've ever wanted in life. However, I don't seem to be dead yet, so I didn't time this right.
Right.
So I got a couple of years left. I should probably do something again.
Well, Seinfeld's a good example of a guy. After the show, it's almost like, okay, now I'm set financially, but he went on
What
and
does he want to do? But I always loved the purity with Jerry, because that's even when he started the show, it didn't seem like he was itching to do TV. He just happened to come up with something brilliant that he did terrifically. But he always wanted to do stand-up, and he's a purist about it, which is why, he's so good at it.
You didn't miss it?
I didn't actively miss it, but as I say, when I would periodically get up and do a couple of minutes, I would go, "Oh yeah, that's coming back, and that's kind of fun."
It's interesting because if I have like a month where I don't do stand-up, it never crosses my mind.
Really?
Never. But if I live in Manhattan, I would think about it constantly because I'd always be like, who else is at the cellar?
Right.
Like, is Colin down there?
Right.
Is Jimmy at the cellar? Then I'll go down to the cellar. Oh, you know what? Then I'll put in for spots and then that way I'll be there where all my friends are. But if you're in L.A. and you're on like the west, once you get west of OJ's house, you don't fucking leave for any reason whatsoever.
West of OJ.
You know what? That's in L.A. I get very.
Different
I'm not going to say
vibe,
lazy because you have shows, but I care less about doing stand up out there. There's just it's a different life, and it's like if I had that kind of money coming in on a regular basis, it's like you're relaxing, you got a family. Why fucking run out? I probably would do the same.
Well,
thing.
there is something. It's true. I did a couple of sets here at the comic trip this weekend, and suddenly this memory of, it's got to be 25, maybe even 30 years ago, where you'd go from club to club, and I would do, you try and do 4 or 5 sets a night, just because there's an energy of keeping it moving. But I also remember that used to be the most confusing thing. If you did more than 2 shows a night, the brain would go, you'd be on stage and you do a bit and go, did I just do that? Oh, that was the early show.
Yeah.
I forgot to set this up. And the brain would your knees would buckle. It was a crazy feeling. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's more of an energy when you have clubs right near each other in New York and you can just hop around. It's funny. I did a benefit out in L.A. last week, and Adam Sandler came by and he was very nice and just introduced me, and we. And suddenly, you can never take the comedy club out of the comic. And suddenly, here's Adam Sandler. He can't be bigger. And he came over and he was just doing jokes about it. He goes, Lucian just gave you the light. You got to get off. I go, wow, this is a 30-year-old reference. Wow. And it just. But it was
always amazed me about Lucian was he never was not on that comic strip softball team.
Yeah, Lucian was
Lucian
was no longer with us, but he was the manager of the comic strip club.
He looked like Robert Goulet after a stroke.
Jesus.
He had a Robert Goulet.
This is exactly what he looked like.
Yeah.
And
good visual.
And he'd wear like driving gloves and he'd pitch.
But you couldn't walk into the club without this guy being exactly there.
Yeah,
sort of like the Empire State Building. It was just going to be there when you drove by.
Was he nice? See, Lucian either loved you or hated you, and he never liked me, which made me go in and get into every other club in New York to spite him. I was like, fuck him. So he helped me a lot more than he ever knew, because when I first came in, he didn't embrace me. But he also picked a lot of good guys, like Seinfeld, Gaffigan. Like, I never would have picked Gaffigan to be great, but Lucian saw it. Was he good to you when you came in?
Yeah, he was. I don't remember the exact. I remember the night that I quote passed the audition, and it was 3 of us. It was Rich Hall and Carol Leifer and myself, and we were the graduating class of Monday,
right?
Whatever that was that week. And I think Larry Miller was like 6 months earlier, and Jerry was a year earlier.
Jeez.
But here we are. So now I'm going to get off and someone's going to go, well, why were you talking about 30-year-old stuff and you didn't plug the show? Why would you get up at 6 in the morning? And I'll go, oh, that was stupid.
You guys are replacing Perfect Couples on NBC. And you had a great line, which is being a mid-season replacement is great because you sit around and you wait for other shows to fail.
Well, yeah, you're a comedy vulture. You're just flying around going, wait, there's a dead carcass.
After my show,
and the irony is, and they're always people you know. It's always somebody you know, and it's somebody's, you don't wish anybody badly. But in fact, I actually wanted mid-season. Nobody believed that. And I said, when we were shooting a pilot, I said, how do we get on from mid-season? And they said, you can't request that. Yeah. It's like, I'd like to be president, but I want to be vice president first, and then I want the guy to die. You can't work it out in advance.
Yeah.
And I said, but it's better. Mid-season is better for me.
Totally. Take all the pressure off. You don't have to go to the upfronts, and then make you go to the bullshit.
Well,
you got to fly to Toronto, Paul. How could you can't not go to Toronto? And then you go to Toronto, and it's you and fucking 2 writers from The Daily Show, and you're like, this is what I canceled my life for?
Well, but I actually had to sell. I said, listen, pick this up for mid-season, because they didn't pick it up right away. And I said, I'll tell you why. I said, you know and I know that these lovely shows that you picked up, many of them will die. I'm not, and you don't wish it for anybody, but it's just the sheer numbers.
But
you know it's
they're kind of good at it.
NBC, you don't get into 5th place by making the right decisions time after time. 4 networks and they're in 5th. Yeah, so that's not easy.
But now that he's starting up, The Office, Will Ferrell, and all these big guest stars, so Thursday nights, it's going to be really hot again.
It's going to be hot.
See, my whole thing, that was my secret plan. I want to be the tortoise in the I want to be the tortoise here. Just kind of sneak in before they know it and go, hey, how did that show get on the air? Because, I don't know how any show could ever really survive. It's the greatest new thing. Here it is. Well, it's comedy. It's good comedy. And you don't want to be a big hit on one week. You want to be there for the long haul. So to me, this show, we have great comic. This is the Andy Daly. I don't know if you know Andy Daly. Was a brilliant comic. And meet Jalili, who's a huge comic in the UK.
Yeah.
And
his real name is Yafet Kodo.
No, he was in Whoopi's show, right?
He was in Whoopi's show, and he had a movie called The Infidel.
That was for me.
Nice. You see, somehow you sitting near a little board where there are buttons.
Terrible.
It's bad. Yeah, it's just not good.
You know, it's weird now too, because like whenever Mad About You came out, it's like it's a different game now because there's so many cable outlets. Like your competition now, it's a lot more than it would have been 10 or 12 years ago.
You know, it's an interesting thing. There's more competition. There's more things vying for people's attention. On the other hand, to be a hit, you only need like 72 people. You know what I mean? You get 1,000,003 people go, wow, you're doing great. Right. It's like, and I don't need 100 million people.
And it's also easier to watch shows now, too. You could, DVR and all that crap. So, yeah, they're going to watch
You would think everybody should be able to watch everything.
Thursdays, like, notorious. NBC is Thursday in my mind. Like, when I was a kid. When you were a kid, I was trying to remember, because when we were sort of grown up, and in the 80s Monday
and 90s.
was always CBS.
Oh.
Like Newhart was always on Mondays.
Oh, wow.
And then Thursdays was like, I remember it was like The Cosby Show.
Oh, okay.
What's the one with Michael J. Fox?
Family Ties.
It was like The Cosby Show, Family Ties, and then it was Cheers and Night Court. Like that was it.
Night Court.
Like
Cheers was before Cosby Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same night.
I think Cheers started the
Thursday thing.
Fucking split atoms on me, sure.
The point was, we going to do facts, or we just fucking around?
No, but you know what's worth remembering is those Cheers did not get an audience till like its third year.
Right.
And then that begat Frasier.
Same with Seinfeld, too, right?
MASH.
Yeah.
Seinfeld took
Seinfeld had a little cult following, but that
you don't
is harder
get 3
and harder
years
to
now,
do.
though.
No, and it's almost impossible
3
to do
episodes.
otherwise. How could any show possibly be a hit? It's like, why would everybody watch anything in the first week?
Yeah.
You want to hear about it for a while. So to me, good news and bad news about television, I think if you put anything on and leave it there, people will find it, whether it's bad or whether it's good. Because you see shows and go, really? People are watching that? And other shows that are great, but they'll move it around or something. And so I've always said, just put it on. This is going to be a great show. It's not going to get all 300 million Americans. There will be some that will say we'd rather watch something else, but there's 10 million, I promise you, because it's it's relatable and funny and good. The thing is, like, to me, my test was, would I watch this? And I don't watch that much TV because I fall asleep. It's not that it's not good. I just I have 2 kids and I'm not awake. It could be on at 7 in the afternoon. They're 15 and 10, but I'm exhausted. It's been going on for 15 years.
But what you just said though about it takes 3 years to get an audience. A lot of people, I guarantee, have made that argument. Like as they were about to yank their show off the air, like there's no audience for it. People are like, but come on, look, it took Cheers.
Well,
3 years.
I don't think it should take 3 years, but you can see that there are people from the beginning, and it grows, and to me, I'm really confident that this show is the kind of thing that would grow.
And what shows do you watch, Paul?
You know what? My kids sucker me into. So I've been catching up on all 12,000 episodes of The Simpsons, and we watch Modern Romance, Modern Family. What's Modern Romance? Is that a movie?
Albert Brooks.
What's that? Albert Brooks.
Albert Brooks.
If you and your kids sat around watching Modern Romance, I would have been like, Paul Reiser is the fucking coolest guy I've ever met in my life.
No, how old are your kids, Jay?
My son is 8 years old.
Okay. So, but do you kind of do all the comedy training? Like make him watch things?
I try to, but he's not. He's more like a scientist. He's very dull.
He's like a scientist kid?
He's like a scientist, like very logical thinking brain, and like when he tries to make me laugh, I had to actually say to him, like, it's really hard to try to make your dad laugh when your dad's a comedian, but because I know the heart to go, you're the least funny person I've ever met in my life. Why is that so terrible?
That's so funny. It's like
he's not listening.
He probably wants to be a funny guy.
But what should I
make
do?
his dad laugh.
Be like his mom, be like, oh, I'm divorced. Oh my God, you're so funny, and like just turn him into a maniac, turn him into Tracy Reiner.
Tracy Reiner.
I'm right. Sure.
Well, I don't know who that is.
Take a fucking guess, stupid.
Tracy Reiner.
It's fucking
Third generation.
It's Chris Rock's daughter. You fucking moron. Reiner.
Oh, Rob Reiner.
Chris Rock's daughter.
What a douche. Who's that?
Oh, man.
Chris Rock's daughter.
Eric Douglas would have worked better.
But now, does he laugh at stuff? Does he find things funny?
What does he find funny?
He's the kind of like I don't know. He's a strange guy. He's a great odd job. Like, we go to Hawaii 3 times. He still doesn't know, like, it's surrounded by water. He has no memory.
Yeah, he's a scientist, this kid.
He's a blue baby.
He got a blue baby.
He's the worst scientist ever.
We went to the zoo and fed baby giraffe.
Take him to the zoo, Rock. He'll love it. Take him to the zoo.
I went to I knew the zookeeper of the LA Zoo, and he invited us to feed the baby giraffe.
Stop name dropping.
Michael D., the curator, the day after the baby giraffe was born, we went and we bottle fed the baby giraffe, and a year went by, and he had homework, and he had to spell the word giraffe on his homework, and I go, you remember when we went to the zoo, and we fed the giraffes? And he goes, the zoo. And I go,
Didn't ring a bell.
And he goes, oh, yeah, where the toilets flush by themselves?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah,
Remember
you
that?
can't make them like what you want them to like.
He bottle fed a giraffe, but also the trash can had a monkey face on it, and you put the trash in the monkey's mouth.
Well, listen, but he had a good
And
time.
he was like, Daddy, look, I'm putting trash in the monkey's mouth. You just fed a fucking giraffe.
Only 10 people in the world get to do that, you
We
idiot.
fed a Sumatran rhino a head of lettuce, and he's going, oh, the trash can has a monkey painting on it. And I put trash.
You just describe kids, man.
Wow, I need sleep.
Fuck, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. I'm feeding the trash can.
Oh, man.
One more thing. E Street Radio, Paul Reiser?
E Street Radio. What about it?
You listen to E Street Radio?
I listened to it.
We got mired down last week making lists.
We're supposed to do a top 5 Springsteen list today.
Oh, good luck. There was a thing, because I do listen to E Street Radio.
Good luck. See you later. With the radio show in general.
No, but I was driving around and I heard Brian Williams was hosting one. And
he was hosting.
He did an hour.
Williams.
Brian Williams did an hour.
He missed the tsunami because he's fucking doing Eastern Radio.
Picking out his Springsteen songs.
But he's a South Jersey guy, and he was wildly articulate and passionate. It's like, whoa, yeah. I was thinking, shouldn't you? He's not this passionate about the news.
No, he's not.
But he's great. He was great. And he was fun.
He really is a bore.
Top 5
smooth,
Springsteen.
but
What are your favorite Springsteen songs?
Oh, jeez. Well, no, you put me on the spot.
Let's go.
Candy's Room.
Candy's Room. Good.
My brain just goes so well.
Doesn't matter. You said Candy's
Independence
Room.
Day.
I told him to
Independence
say
Day?
Candy's Room.
Paul Reiser, 8:30 Thursday night.
I want to hear the 5.
I want to hear what else you got. You got to do Thunder Road. I want to hear more about Jay's kid, because I know that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Jay's kid.
He's got 3 out of 5.
Struggling.
So now, by the way, the flip side of that is my kids walk around, they've inherited from me my very bad Jerry Lewis impression. They've never really seen Jerry Lewis, but they know they just talking this musical thing now, and I go, I dropped my book, and I go, what are you doing? I go, it's Jerry Lewis. But they don't really know Jerry, they just know, it's like me doing James Cagney.
I do old Jerry.
Which is?
He always looks like he has a lozenge in his mouth.
Later.
And he's rewritten history, like he's discovered Dean, he fucking pulled Frank out of obscurity. He's always like, first show there was 45 people on the boardwalk. Second show, there was a line around the block.
You need a lozenge. Certain acts, you need the lozenge.
He said, first show there was 30 people. In between shows, Dean and I wrote down sketches on a cocktail napkin. Second show, there was a line down the boardwalk to get it. Like, how the fuck was there a line down the boardwalk to get in? The word got out from your dressing room when you and Dean wrote, they needed a singer. And I said, how about my pal Dean Martin? Like, no, that's not how it went at all.
He really is a pompous ass, isn't he?
He's a fucking whack job.
He acts like he can. I mean, he was very funny,
Gene
but
Stapleton.
who doesn't?
You want to fight, officer? Or you want to get the hell out of my house?
He was just. I think he takes himself very
never
seriously.
drank. He disapproved of the lottery. Was that Gene Stapleton?
No, that was fucking B. Arthur. Oh.
Wow.
You said Walter.
That was Nipsey Russell you were doing.
I tried to keep it down for you. I tried to stay quiet. I was just thinking about him. He's struggling.
Gene Stapleton.
Let him struggle.
Sorry. It was a struggle. Wait, hear my Nick Nolte impression.
It's great.
Can you do it for
It sounds
Paul?
like Gene Stapleton.
You want to hear Nick Nolte?
More than anything.
All right.
In fact, I woke up early this morning hoping this would happen.
This is perfect. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. You'll feel like Nick Nolte's in the studio.
And it just came out. I can't do it. I go, oh, Christ, we got Paul Reiser.
Oh, jeez, that's not good. That's not good. That could have been better.
But I meant to say Jimmy sounds like Geraldine Page.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Then.
Oh, he's a bore.
He
You want to
is.
fight, officer?
So Geraldine Page is different than Maureen Stapleton.
Very, and Gene Stapleton.
Gene Stapleton. Oh, you were Gene Stapleton.
I just really am just yanking foul balls all over the mezzanine right now. I'm sorry.
All right,
Paul's got a great show coming out.
This is the most energy I've had at 7 in the morning. I've never been in a room this funny.
More importantly, Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
You got 2 to go.
What do I got?
Top
Independence
5.
Day Candy's Room, Thunder Road. Thunder Road, don't hack you. I had time to think.
What was the one? Okay, there was one from the post 9/11 album that kills me. Missing You. That one that kills me.
But John Waite.
No,
that's a different one.
Why does no one like Youngstown?
I'm with Ronnie.
I'm not even a Springsteen fan. I like that one. Youngstown's a fucking great Springsteen song.
There's no bad ones.
No, it's just kind of by the numbers to me.
Okay.
So he writes like 700 songs at a time and goes, I'll just put the best 15 on the end.
You ever follow him around?
Albums, he has hundreds of tapes he's never released.
Hey, did you guys hear Pink Cadillac?
Does he have months? When does he have time to have a life? He's like constantly writing songs. If you add up all the songs, it would be more than 40 years worth.
But
it is a ridiculous
Ronnie knows
catalog.
this guy has hundreds and hundreds of hours of stuff he'll never release. Stuff he's done.
But then you listen to an album like Magic with like 2 songs on it that are really good, and the rest of it you're like, well, where the fuck are the other songs that didn't
It's coming.
make it?
After he dies, he's going to put it out.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then you'll apologize.
Him and Neil Young. They're just constant albums.
His kids will get a hold of those archives.
I went to see him at the Sports Arena in L.A., and he did some Reason to Believe, Candy's Room, and She's the One, back to back to back. And it was like an hour in, I looked at my wife, I said, we can go. And she goes, don't you want to see the rest of the show? I go, no. Fucking Candy's Room live? Like, what is he going to do, fucking dancing in the dark to really light me up?
Oh, but did you check with your in-laws every song, the song that he's got to do in Philly?
Yeah, I forgot.
It's Fever. He's got to do the Fever, which he gave away to Southside Johnny, right?
That was his song.
In Philadelphia, he has to do that song every time or the place will fucking riot.
It was Fever.
They'll go crazy.
Let me ask you this, and this is probably too much to ask. If Bruce Springsteen were on this show, would you ask him his 5 favorite Paul Reiser jokes?
I would definitely.
But I just want to know that's reciprocal.
Yeah.
I know what they are. He doesn't need the work. I mean, this guy's doing good.
Most guys just volunteer it when they come on.
Bruce Springsteen, and he told me he loves Paul Reiser. Men love to put soap in the middle of their chest. That was Harvey Keitel explaining. I saw him. He looked me in my eyes, Paul. He loves soap in the middle of his chest.
God bless it.
There's no soap under the armpits, is there?
So that's Harvey Keitel doing Bruce, doing my act. All right, so that's good.
That's pretty good.
Very few people. That's very eclectic.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Paul, doing the best I can here. Who was that?
That's Nick Nolte doing Gene Stapleton.
Now we know it's Nick Nolte. Now we know it's him.
In the shower.
Do your Jay Moore when you're that. Honey, get away from the trash can. We're feeding the giraffe now.
Dad, they painted a monkey on the trash can. It's like I'm feeding a monkey. I'm like, you were feeding a fucking 6-foot baby.
No one gets to do that.
My son comes out of the bathroom and I go, did you wash your hands? You go, you got boys. Yeah. Boys are really like dumb, but you can like trick them. Like they'll say, can we watch TV? And you go, we don't have a TV. And they go, oh, all right. They go back upstairs like, I thought we had a TV.
We don't have a TV.
Oh.
No, I'll be honest, my kids are not falling for that.
I thought we had a TV.
But I just was watching it,
he's
idiots.
10. He's not like 6, you know.
You know what?
Paul Reiser, I think you need to.
Thursday night.
Thursday. We're going to plug the hell out of this.
And by the way, ironically, the first episode is all about Jay Moore's kid.
It's good. It's good.
So this is a perfect segue. Yeah. No, Thursdays at 8:30, and
you're on after whom?
We're on after Community, but leading up to Will Ferrell. And I tell people, you know, Will Ferrell on The Office. You don't want to miss that at 9 o'clock. Make sure your TV is working. Set it at 8:30.
Wait, you're right in between those two shows.
I'm right in between them.
Strong spot.
I had a show, Gary and Married. They put us on before fucking Criminal Minds. And I'm like, that's a great place to put a sitcom before an hour of fucking serial killers, you morons. Really?
But, you know, they always have that argument, and I never quite believe it. I'm with you on this.
Your show's not going anywhere. It's going to the top.
He's got Henry Rollins on his show.
Henry Rollins. Really? And by the way, couldn't have been funnier. He played himself. Everybody has to play himself, because I'm playing me, so
I'm just saying
Larry David plays as Larry. We have the Jay Moore character.
Bring
but
me on as an
Nathan
anti-Semite.
Lane. We have Nathan Lane playing you, which was interesting. We went the other way.
Gotta dance.
Is this a little like The Comeback? Lisa Kudrow show? Sounds like a little bit.
Yeah, not really. You know,
no?
Very sore subject.
Watching you tell me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, him and Lisa Kudrow had that whole thing.
With the whole thing. Hey, you can't go there. Can't talk
don't even
about
call
that.
it a comeback.
I remember Lisa.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, man.
One guy.
Oh, I heard that. I can hear that. I hope everybody's okay. Well, thank you guys for plugging the show and having me on. I'm gonna. A lot of times I wake up at 6 in the morning.
Kudrow thing?
And the whole Lisa Kudrow thing.
Now he's got
No.
I know.
Yeah,
Now I'm going with it.
I thought the noise was.
Now I'm going with it because now he wants to get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm happy. I thought that was I was leaving nicer.
That was the car crash. Ron's joke bomb. So that's the car crash.
I'm sorry. I don't have that part. You know that part that in your brain that says it's time to go away now. I just would sit here until they cart me off.
Right.
Well, I got nowhere to go,
but
fellas.
mine is don't stop talking so much is my problem. My brain never says now's a good time to not say something.
Yeah, you don't have that. We don't have that.
We got to get him out of here because he's doing
I got to go to today's show.
And then we're going to watch it on
With
TV.
Hoda
And you're going to watch it. You can
We're going to
We'll
watch
have
it.
you on TV.
And then we'll turn up the
I'll
audio
hold up
and
a
hear a
little
real
thing that
interview.
says tune in Opie and Anthony. I'll hold that on the Today Show. Everybody listen. You scratch my back, I'll scratch my own
And I think
ass.
you owe us one more Springsteen song, I think.
Do I?
Yes.
I think you owe us one more, but we'll let you slide.
No,
you got to get 5 out.
Yeah?
Let me think. Let me
Thunder
think.
Road's a little hacky, I'll be honest with you.
Well, but it's still good. It's
How about
never not
Born in the
good.
USA?
See, I can't think of the name. What's the one with Johnny? They go in the street and there's a deal going down. What's that?
Could be any song.
No,
Johnny,
they go
Johnny
in the street.
99?
Come on. No, they go in. I can't think of it. I sound really dumb now.
No, you don't.
I can't. I know. You sound smart. A guy who can't think of the song that he actually likes.
Like people think.
New York Serenade?
Johnny's also on Incident on
New York
57th
Sun.
Incident.
Street.
Thank you. Incident 50. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
I don't know any of those songs. I don't know Candy's Room. I don't know any of
Oh
them.
my God!
57th
Candy's Room is the song they left off that fucking documentary on HBO.
Documentary.
Right, it was a documentary
It was a
on HBO about the
yeah,
making
correction.
of Darkness on the Edge of Town. I sit there for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck is Candy's Room?
Wow, you take it very seriously.
He does.
It's,
He loves
it's
them.
like it's the best.
You know what? A lot of times, have you ever been to the zoo? Because that's also entertaining.
Take him to the zoo, Rock.
Take him to the zoo.
We're going to play Candy's Room for you.
It's nice.
As we say goodbye to Reiser.
Oh, hey, thank you so much for having me, and I'm going to go talk to Matt Lauer.
So the Paul Reiser Show, Thursdays at 8:30 on NBC.
Can't miss it.
That's huge.
It's right there. And by the way, you
Another
only
hit
have to
for
watch
Paul
for a couple
Reiser.
of weeks. Then if they pick it up, you're free to watch whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I need your people to watch, because it's not like a book. A book you can read it whenever you want.
Sure.
A TV show, we get to see those numbers first.
Well, you
week.
get DVR numbers, don't you?
Yeah.
They
But
count.
how can that be? I mean, they say they do, but really, how do you know when the hell
How do you get
somebody's
Nielsen
watching?
numbers? I don't understand.
I don't know how any of it works.
With a
I think
box.
there's a guy in an office
You need a
going,
box.
I don't like it, or I like it.
Oh, look at this, Candy's Room.
Oh, he's
just
the
walked
expert,
in.
by the way.
Oh.
Did he get it right with Johnny?
You know Louis De Palma, right?
He got it right?
Yeah, he had very good picks, and Thunder was on hacky.
Thank you.
Thunder
coming
Road
to
would
my
be on my
defense.
list.
It's a classic. It certainly wasn't the most eclectic
I'd go
on the
Thunder
group,
Road.
but how do you go there and not say that?
I'd go there. All right.
All right, I'm going to go talk to
Let's
people.
get him out of here. Paul
Thanks,
Reiser,
Paul.
thank you so much.
Robin, Robin, Robin,